Well, it's so hard to believe that we are actually in 2025. Wow. 2024, what a whirlwind. I will have to say for nonprofits across the country, and I'm very lucky that I get to speak to many, many nonprofits. 2024 was a hard year. It was a hard year when it came to our donations. It was a hard year when it came to our volunteers. It was a hard year in general for those of us who run nonprofits. 2025, I feel that the light is going to be brighter. I feel that, people are truly understanding how important it is for each and every one of us to be helping each other out in our community. 2025 is a really big year for the Shears as well. Makai actually will graduate high school and head off to college. I've got now, oh my gosh, once that happens, I'll have three in college. So, the family hasn't grown anymore. We still have five, but we're really looking forward for the impact that we're going to be doing with comfort cases. But I will tell you that we do that impact because of other organizations very similar to us that truly want to make a difference in a child's life when they enter foster care and even those who exit foster care. I was very lucky that many years ago, gosh, I think it's been probably 5 years ago, that I actually met my next guest. I was actually in Texas. I was invited down to give a talk, and I was able to meet this young man who now has graduated and is a dad and has taken this successful nonprofit and truly has made an impact. The fact is that I am more than lucky that I get to call this gentleman my friend. That day one bag is so important to me. It is, as I say to everyone, when a child walks into foster care, the first thing they need to do is to know they feel loved. And I do believe that they do feel that love because I speak to kids all over the country is when that they're handed something more than just a trash bag, which is exactly what my next friend has been doing, not only in Texas, but he has expanded across the country. So without any further ado, Hunter, welcome to Fostering Change.
Hey, thank you so much. It's really an honor and a pleasure. And Rob, likewise a great friend to a great friend. It really is an honor to be part of such an amazing group of people that are kind of excited, but what championing for change, especially for the most vulnerable, for our youth, for our foster youth.
Yeah, and the fact is that like I said, I've known you for years. I know your mom, I know your family, and I love the fact that, and I want our viewers to listen to this, but you actually started this when you were 15 years old.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was quite a long time now. I'm now going to be 24 in January, so my birthday will have just hit, and it's been yeah, a wonderful blessing and a journey because back in when I was 15 years old, I was looking to do an Eagle Scout project, and as everyone kind of that's going through the Boy Scout process, kind of figuring out what they want to do, how they want to help their community, I had figured maybe there's something I could do, maybe an experience I found. And one of the things was I had a pretty intimate involvement in the foster care system with my now younger siblings who came into our home through the foster care system. So while I'm not personally a former foster youth, I have three of my now adopted siblings who were all entered into our home through that system. And something that I had saw when I was pretty young was they all got trash bags coming into our home. And as someone who was young, it was kind of perplexing. I didn't really think too much of it. I thought, oh, I guess maybe necessity, something like that. But come to find out years later, as I'm researching, hey, do I want to do this as a project? Do I want to try to fill duffel bags for these foster youth? I found out that this is a pretty systemic issue. A lot of youth are dealing with this, and something not really mentioned. And I think I'm lucky to be able to have, people like you who are also championing for making sure that there's change happening. And so, yeah, we can get into all the details about how it's grown since then, but that's how it all started.
Let me tell you something. I love the fact, and this is the thing I love about working with you and your organization, is because you and I both, we feel the same way that, we see a lot of nonprofits who don't work together, a lot of nonprofits who, do what they should not be doing, which is standing on an island by themselves. And
Mm.
I love the fact that, as a matter of fact, I was just texting with your mom the other day, and just how we just know that we're there for each other. And that to me is is what I absolutely love, Hunter, is that, there's no any threat of, oh my gosh, you're doing what I do. No, thank you, because
Hmm.
you and I both, as a collective whole, cannot fill all the orders for the kids who truly need these bags. I mean, when you're looking at 700 kids a day entering foster care, and you and I both know funding is sometimes the hardest things that we deal with. It would be nice that the other organizations that you and I know out there that are also helping would come together. I've always said it would be nice if we had a conference where
Oh
we had
yeah.
all the nonprofits that deal in foster care, and we really came together and we really, worked together. But I just don't, I'm old enough to be your dad, so I don't really think that that's going to happen in my lifetime.
I'm not sure either. It would be really awesome. It would be so cool because then everyone could see, hey, oh, we're working on the same thing, or I like the spin that you're taking on this. I've never really considered that, before because I think, and it does take a crew of people to know that we're not in competition with each other. Like we're all in this together to find a way to make sure that these youth are provided dignity, and
Yeah.
that's just that should be our primary goal. It should not be, hey, I thought of this first. You've got to submit to my, my premises, my goals, things like that. Um, you know, it would be a great thing. And you know what? One can hope, and maybe we
Yeah.
can hopefully get that going. But
You
who
never
knows?
know,
I'm
my
all.
friend. We put our heads together. You never know. I mean, the fact is that,
Oh yeah.
you and I both know that there's so much change that needs to happen within the foster care system. One of the things that I absolutely love is how you truly do help those who are graduating. Our
Hmm.
graduation rate is so low in foster care. We're only looking at about 54% of kids within the nation right now that will actually graduate high school,
Yes.
much less go on to college. That number of only 3% of them, and
Hmm.
now that we look about 80% of our death row inmates were actually in foster care. I love this whole thing that you do with those who are aging out. What made you decide to go that route with your organization as well?
Oh yeah, this is one of our our most beloved campaigns that we do. It's really amazing because you're exactly right. The rate at which foster youth are graduating high school is just staggeringly low. 54% is just nothing to be happy about. It's something that really needs to seriously change. And the same thing goes for college enrollment and just college follow through. Only 3% graduate. So a couple of those apply, but they end up dropping out. That's just awful. So we had started this back in 2020. We had saw COVID was shutting everything down. I had a couple of good friends of mine. I was in college at the time. I was at the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm working with Day One Bags as I'm going through school, and I'm seeing a lot of these people are graduating and they're doing at home parties. And I had a discussion with a couple of people, and I said, yeah, you know what? I wonder what foster youth that are graduating from high school or former foster youth that are graduating from college. I wonder what they do. And I talked with a couple of people in the department, and they said, well, really not much. I mean, sometimes we're able to give them a gift as they grow or age out. But if they age out before they graduate and they say so long, goodbye caseworker, goodbye, whomever I'm working with, we don't really get to contact them, and it's a shame because we'd love to be able to keep them going, kind of get them on a successful path. Because I know a lot of states, Texas has it where there's a tuition, kind of waiver. As you go to a university, you can get state, funding for you to go to school. And so anyway, my whole thing was, I wonder I wonder if there's something that we could do. So COVID is locking everything down. No one's getting able to celebrate together. I said, with my team, I said, you know what, let's see if we can find a way that we can serve these foster youth that are graduating high school. They need something that's able to say, we see you, we appreciate what you're doing, and we know how hard it is to be able to graduate from high school. And wherever you go, if you go into trade, if you go into the workforce, if you do go into college, we want to help support you. So we just started out with giving out our bags, of course, but our staple has been a $100 gift card for them to buy whatever they need in that
Nice.
coming months. And then of course adding a couple of things, we've come in with something like this, a journal that they can kind of plan out, what they want to
Right.
do in the
Yeah.
future and go from there. So it's been a huge, tremendous success for us. It's a really great thing.
Well, I absolutely love it. And the thing is that there is so much out there that is offered to our youth who are aging out of foster care. The biggest issue is they don't know about it. The biggest
Exactly.
issue is the social workers are overworked. They don't know about it.
Yep.
My team has actually been spending the last several years researching state after state, trying to educate youth who are aging out of foster care to say, hey, there is a tuition that you get paid. You can get a stipend to pay for your apartment. You can get medical insurance. And the sad part is that the states have made it so difficult for youth to find that information that they get frustrated and they just fall to the wayside. And
Yep.
that's when our prison cycles start filling up. That's when our gangs start increasing because these kids are just looking for a place. And I just absolutely love that. Listen, everybody, I say it all the time. There is enough money to go around. It's the reason I have nonprofits on this podcast. I've been doing this for 6 seasons now, and these are the exact people that I want to highlight. These are the organizations that I want you to go to their website and I want you to donate. I want you to make sure that the mission continues because when the mission continues and you truly, truly invest in a child, you're truly investing in your future because these children are our leaders of tomorrow. And how do they do that? Is by you donating, by you helping them fund and continue to fund. So listen, Hunter, we're going to have underneath here a caption that will go directly to your website. We have about 300,000 followers throughout our different platforms that we'll be sharing this with. We want them to go, we want them to donate, we want them to help you continue your mission. And I just want to say, just thank you, my friend. Thank you for being my friend for all these years. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for truly doing the definition of what I say is a good human, is a good human. Listen up, everybody. This is another amazing episode of Fostering Change. It is hard to believe that it is the first one of 2025. I say this all the time to my producers. I think this might be my last season, but then I have amazing humans like Hunter on, and I think, how can I not spread the word? So, Hunter, from my family to your family, and by the way, congratulations on the baby. You know,
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, he is adorable. Your mom sends me pictures. He is absolutely adorable. So
He's
I
even better in person.
oh I can't wait to come down and see you. Listen up, everybody. Continue to do what you can do. In 2025, we have got to make this year the year for the best. And the best is always making sure that we put tomorrow better than it is today. Have a great day, everybody.